The vast emptiness of space shimmered against the backdrop of the road planet, its surface marred by swirling storms of crimson and violet. Below, the ancient megastructure loomed, a hulking mass of metal and shadow, silent save for the occasional hum that resonated through the vacuum. It had stayed dormant for decades, a relic of a civilization long lost to time, its secrets locked away, tantalizingly out of reach. Commander Ray Kessler stood on the bridge of the orbital response fleet, her eyes narrowed at the view screen. The structure's surface shimmered, catching the light from the distant star, while her mind raced with fragmented memories from a mission gone awry a decade ago. She felt the chill of that fateful day creeping back, the weight of failure pressing down on her chest. "Status report," she commanded, her voice steady despite the turmoil inside her. "Nothing unusual, Commander, just the same old ghost," replied Lieutenant Mira, her fingers dancing over the console, eyes flicking back and forth between readings. "Though it's emitting low-frequency pulses, almost like a heartbeat." Ray's stomach tightened. Heartbeat. The word echoed in her mind, a reminder of the life that had once thrived here, perhaps even now. "Keep monitoring it," she said, her tone clipped. "And send a message to Dr. Thorn. He'll want to know." "On it," Mira replied, her brow furrowing in concentration. Ray turned her gaze back to the megastructure. A ghost indeed, but one that might not be as harmless as they had believed. She couldn't shake the feeling that it was watching them, waiting. Star, star, star. Aboard the research cruiser Caldera, Dr. Elias Thorn paced the small laboratory, surrounded by holographic projections of the megastructure. His theories had fallen on deaf ears for years, dismissed as the ramblings of a madman. But now, as he watched the readings on his screens pulse in sync with the structure, he felt a rush of vindication mixed with dread. "Elias, you're going to wear a hole in the floor," Captain June Velen said, leaning against the doorframe, arms crossed, a cocky smirk plastered across his face. "If you keep this up, they might just name a crater after you when you finally go mad." Elias stopped, turning to face June, eyes alight with a mix of excitement and frustration. "This isn't a joke, June. The structure is alive, and it's responding to something. Perhaps us. We need to understand what it wants. Or it wants to eat us," June chuckled, pushing off the wall to approach the console. "Look, I get it. You've got a theory, but we can't just assume it's some ancient alien intelligence waiting for our arrival. It could just be a malfunctioning relic, like an old toaster that keeps popping up toast long after it should have stopped." Elias shot him a glare. "This isn't toast, Captain. This is a piece of history. If we don't treat it with respect, we risk making the same mistakes that led to its creator's downfall." June rolled his eyes but leaned closer to the holographic display. "Okay, but what exactly do you think it remembers? And why should we care?" Elias took a deep breath. "Because whatever it is, it has the power to reshape our understanding of civilization, of our place in the universe. If it remembers, it could teach us, or it could destroy us." A low rumble echoed through the cruiser, shaking the equipment. June straightened, his smirk fading. "What was that?" "We should check the external sensors," Elias suggested, his heart racing. "It might be the structure activating." Star, star, star. Back on the bridge of the fleet, Ray's instincts screamed at her to prepare for the worst. "Commander, the pulses are increasing in frequency," Mira announced, her voice laced with urgency. "It's like it's trying to communicate." "Activate the long-range scanners. Full power," Ray ordered, her heart hammering in her chest. "We need to know what's happening." A series of beeps and whirs filled the air, tension thickening as they awaited the results. Ray felt every second stretching, the atmosphere electric with anticipation. "Commander," Mira's voice cut through the silence. "The structure is moving." "What do you mean moving?" Ray snapped, leaning forward, her pulse quickening. "It's not drifting. It's repositioning itself. It's descending toward the planet's surface." The megastructure, once still and dormant, now stirred with purpose. Its colossal form shifted, panels sliding open to reveal vast chambers that had been sealed for eons. Light pulsed from within, illuminating the debris field surrounding it. "Captain Velen," Ray barked into the comm. "Get your team ready for immediate deployment. We need to investigate before." "Before what?" June's voice crackled through the line, tinged with disbelief. "It could be a trap. We don't know what we're dealing with." "We don't have time," Ray retorted. "If it's truly alive, we need to make contact. Now." "Fine," June replied, his tone softening. "But if I die, I'm haunting you forever." Ray couldn't help but smile, a fleeting moment of levity in the chaos. "If you die, I'll make sure to come visit you in the afterlife." As the caldera descended toward the surface, the ground crew gathered in the shuttle bay, tension palpable in the air. June paced, his foot tapping against the metallic floor as he checked his gear. "Okay, team," he said, trying to inject confidence into his voice. "We're about to step into the unknown. Stay sharp. Remember, we don't know what we're walking into. This isn't a routine mission. It's a first contact scenario. Or a death wish," one of his crew murmured, laughter bubbling up amidst the nerves. "Let's hope it's the former," June replied, shooting a sidelong glance at the nervous crew member. "We didn't come this far to turn back now." As they boarded the shuttle, Elias joined them, his eyes bright with anticipation. "This is a monumental moment. We could be on the brink of discovering an entirely new—" Yeah, just don't get us all killed," June interrupted, strapping himself into the pilot's seat. "You can wax poetic later." The shuttle disengaged from the cruiser, a sudden drop in gravity sending a jolt through their bodies. The megastructure loomed larger as they approached, its shadow swallowing them whole as they entered its atmosphere. "Touchdown in 3, 2, 1, June announced, the shuttle shuddering as it landed. The ramp lowered with a hiss, revealing the interior of the megastructure, a sprawling expanse of corridors lined with strange symbols and pulsing lights. "Wow," June breathed, stepping out, the air thick with a mixture of ancient dust and something else, something alive. "This is incredible." Elias stepped beside him, eyes wide with wonder. "We need to document everything. These symbols, they're unlike anything we've seen before." Suddenly, a low, resonant hum vibrated through the structure, echoing off the walls. The lights flickered in response, casting eerie shadows across their faces. "Is that music?" one crew member whispered, her eyes darting around nervously. "Or a warning," June muttered, gripping his weapon tightly. "Let's not stick around to find out." As they moved deeper into the structure, the hum intensified, resonating through their bones. Elias paused, entranced by a series of intricate carvings on the wall. "This is a message. I can feel it. We need to interpret it." "Or it's a countdown to our doom," June replied, scanning the darkened corridors. "Don't be so dramatic," Elias shot back, his fingers brushing against the engravings. "This is history. We're standing on the shoulders of giants." Suddenly, the ground trembled, and a blinding light erupted from the center of the room. The crew stumbled back, shielding their eyes as the light coalesced into a figure, an ethereal projection, shimmering with energy. "Welcome," it intoned, voice echoing like thunder through the hall. "You seek understanding." June's heart raced, a mix of awe and terror flooding his senses. "What are you?" "I am the legacy of those who came before. You awaken the past." Elias stepped forward, heart pounding. "What do you want from us?" "Understanding," the entity replied, its form flickering. "You fear the unknown, yet it is part of you. To know is to be free. To be free is to transcend." "What does that even mean?" June exclaimed, glancing back at Elias, who was transfixed by the entity's presence. "Everything," Elias breathed, eyes shimmering with realization. "It wants to teach us." The entity's form shifted, displaying images of stars and galaxies, civilizations rising and falling in a cosmic dance. "You are not alone. Your legacy is intertwined with mine. Will you embrace it?" "Embrace what?" June shouted, frustration bubbling. "This could be a trap." or a gift, Elias argued, stepping closer to the entity. We have to trust it. We've waited too long for this moment. Trust, June scoffed, glancing back at the flickering lights. Trusting an ancient alien relic sounds like a bad idea. The entity pulsed again, the energy swirling around them, drawing closer. Fear is a choice. Understanding is the path. A deafening roar echoed through the structure, shaking the ground beneath their feet. The lights flickered wildly, and the walls trembled. "Time is running out," June yelled, looking at his crew. "We need to leave." "No," Elias shot back, voice rising above the chaos. "We can't abandon this chance." "Elias, we can't risk," Elias interrupted, his voice breaking. "What's the point of living in fear? We have to learn from this." The entity's glow intensified, enveloping them in a blinding light. "Choose," it intoned, the words resonating deep within. Fear or understanding? June felt his heart race as the light surged around them, a force pulling him toward the entity. He glanced at Elias, his face shone with a mix of hope and terror. "Elias!" he shouted, reaching out. "We need to go." But Elias stood rooted, eyes locked on the entity. "This is our chance, June." The ground shook violently, and June felt himself being pulled back, away from the light. "No!" he screamed, desperation flooding his voice. "Elias!" Suddenly, the light erupted, blinding them all as the world fell away. Ray stood on the bridge, heart pounding as she watched the megastructure pulsate with energy. "Commander, we're receiving a distress signal from the caldera," Mira shouted, her fingers flying across the console. "It's chaotic. Patch it through," Ray ordered, dread settling in her stomach. The screen flickered, revealing June's frantic face. "Ray, we need to..." The transmission cut off, replaced by static and a deep, resonant hum that reverberated through the ship. "What's happening?" Ray's voice rose, panic creeping in. "We're losing contact," Mira replied, her expression grim. "The structure is collapsing inward." Ray clenched her jaw, the weight of the past crashing down on her. "Prepare a rescue team. We're going in." "But Commander..." "No buts. We can't leave them behind." Ray's heart raced as she steeled herself for the unknown. "We need to understand what's happening." As the fleet readied for deployment, Ray felt the echoes of her past failures rise to the surface. She couldn't lose anyone else. Not again. Not here. With a final glance at the pulsating megastructure, Ray took a deep breath and stepped into the unknown, ready to confront what lay ahead. Inside the megastructure, a portal of swirling light opened, revealing a vast expanse of cosmic wonder. June stumbled forward, eyes wide with awe, but the sensation of being pulled back into the void gripped him. "Elias!" he shouted, reaching out. "We need to leave!" Elias shouted back, his voice trembling with emotion. "Not without understanding." The entity loomed above them, its form shifting, radiating energy. "Choose," it echoed once more, and June felt the weight of the universe pressing on him. "Elias, please," June begged, desperation rising. "We can't let it take us." But the light pulsed, and Elias stepped closer, entranced. "It's not taking us. It's offering us something. Something more than we can imagine." June's voice cracked, panic flooding his chest. "I care about you." Suddenly, a blinding flash enveloped them, and June felt himself torn from the ground, swept away in a torrent of light and sound. "June!" Elias screamed, reaching out as the world around them dissolved into chaos. In that moment, June realized that the choice had always been deeper than fear or understanding. It was about connection, the bonds that tied them to each other, to the universe. "Hold on!" June shouted, the light consuming him, pulling him into the unknown. And in that instant, he understood. As the darkness enveloped him, he felt the weight of legacy and the promise of the cosmos, a reminder that humanity's place in the universe was ever evolving, forever intertwined with the echoes of the past. The entity's voice resonated through him, a whisper of hope and fear. of understanding and legacy. Embrace the unknown, and in the depths of darkness, amidst the chaos, June knew that the journey had only just begun.